Welcome to our webinar today. My name is Joshua Peskay. I am joined by my colleague, Kim Snyder. We are both from RoundTable Technology. The session today is how AI can help you level up, and we have a lot to cover, so we're going to move kind of briskly here. All right, we're going to cover writing assistants, image generation, marketing, chatbots, variety of questions, things of that nature. My name is Joshua Peskay. My title is 3CPO. I'm not going to get into what that means right now, and I'll introduce my colleague, Kim. Go ahead.
Kim Snyder, VP of Data Strategy. Much easier title to understand.
There we go.
There you have it.
And continuing on, RoundTable Technology, we are a strategic technology partner. So if you are a nonprofit organization and you would like help with any aspect of your technology, whether it be strategy, cybersecurity, just the day-to-day getting things done, we would love to talk to you. So that's, and we have all these little badges and everything. All right, we're going to start with a quick video about why do we care about AI right now? And just as a quick note, Kim and I worked together on this video 6 months ago, way before ChatGPT was out. And just to preface, as you watch this video, just understand that Kim and I made this before everything that's happened since ChatGPT was released in November, okay? And take that as an additional piece here.
Many of us have been hearing about how artificial intelligence will change our lives for so long that we're getting tired of the hype. I know that's how I feel sometimes. Well, let's imagine that we are all living in houses around a giant lake that is completely free of lily pads. On June 1st, one lily pad appears. This lily pad doubles every day. So on day 2, we have 2 lily pads. On day 3, we're going to have 4 lily pads. On day 4, we'll have 8 lily pads, and so on until on June 30th, the lake will be completely full of lily pads. Now, the first question, which is an old math riddle, is on what day do you think the lake is half full of lily pads? And the answer is day 29, because if the lily pads are doubling every day and the lake is going to be entirely full of lily pads on day 30, then it must be exactly half full of lily pads on the day before. Here's a harder question, though. What day do you think is the first day that the lake is more than 1% covered in lily pads? If you go with your intuition, most people will guess the 10th or maybe the 15th day, but actually the lake won't be more than 1% covered until the 24th day, even though by that time there will be more than 8 million lily pads. How does this relate to artificial intelligence? Well, if we are all living around this lake of exponentially multiplying lily pads, most of us won't even notice a single lily pad until past the 25th day, by which time there will be over 16 million lily pads. And in just 5 more days, the lake will be completely covered with over 500 million lily pads. Some technologies can be exponential in their growth, and exponential growth is not intuitive to humans. I am suggesting that in regard to artificial intelligence, we might be at an inflection point that is something like day 24 or 25 on our lake. We might be seeing a lot of change in the coming years, and it might be coming fast.
All right.
We're definitely on day 25.
Yeah. While people are responding to this poll, I just, Kim, I don't know if I've shared this with you, but so in that lily pad video, we talked about the 30 days, right? And the exponential growth over the course of those 30 days. So let's take the AI journey and make it 30 years, okay? 1997, I'm not sure if anyone would know off the top of their head, a significant AI event that happened in 1997. Kim, do you happen to know? I'm guessing you don't, because I'll give you a hint, because you're not a chess fan.
Or
a chess player.
So
that was when Deep Blue first defeated the #1 chess player in the world, Garry Kasparov, at chess. So that was the first time an AI beat a human in something that humans had thought perhaps AI would never be better than humans. And then, of course, since then, now AIs are far better chess players than any human. In fact, you can get an app on your phone that can beat any, grandmaster in the world. So that was in 1997. So basically 24 years ago. If I'm doing my math right. So we are almost at year 24 now in terms of that, or no, the year 26 actually. So yeah, we're starting to see that exponential growth from what happened way back when. And since that time, we've had Go fall, we've had Jeopardy fall, No Limit Hold'em poker, games that, in terms of Jeopardy and No Limit Hold'em, like a poker game that, maybe we thought couldn't be beat. Anyway, so let's see, we've got almost 30 people here. A handful of folks have used some tools, but not a ton of tool use here. So hopefully we'll change that today, Kim, right?
Hopefully.
So AI writing assistants, I'm going to go briskly through this. There's a lot out there. It's copy.ai, writer, RYTR, and there's probably 50 of them at this point. We've been using at RoundTable Jasper for a long time. Justin, who our marketing manager, who is here with us today, and Jasper are good buddies. They do lots of collaborations together, create lots of content together for RoundTable. And of course, ChatGPT and Bing Chat are two other tools that are quite popular that can be used a lot, but there's lots of others out there, and these help you generate a lot of content. So if you think, aren't these good? Everybody can take a look at these 4 statements and see if you can guess which of these were actually written by me and which of these were actually written by Justin and Jasper and then published as though they were me by RoundTable Technology. So let's see, give everybody a chance if they can guess, if you can read these. Kim, do you remember which? You probably know which are which because you've done the slides, right? Anyway.
I can see.
Yeah, so the 2 in yellow were written by Justin and Jasper together. Justin provides the prompts and Jasper provides the text, and the ones in blue were actually written by me. All right, and most people probably would not do better than chance trying to guess that. So ChatGPT, all right, is an AI writing assistant, and all of these writing assistants can be used for all kinds of things, okay? So you can ask them, right, what are good SEO terms for a particular topic that I'd like to write, and so it can help you identify what content would actually be the best SEO for you, help you write copy for social media, email copy, product descriptions, chatbots, which we're going to talk about later, okay? So you can do lots and lots of things here. We talked about some of the other writing assistants, Writer, Type, Bing, Copy.ai. There's, like I said, there's probably dozens, if not hundreds of these at the moment. They were, prior to ChatGPT, getting lots and lots of venture capital funding. But now the venture capital funding is trying to figure out where they should send their money after this. All right. So we're going to play a little game. All right, before we get into, and now we're going to move into AI image generation. Sorry, we somehow missed a slide there. But first, we're going to play a little game. Okay, so these are images that were created by me using an image generation tool called Midjourney. And this is still me. Okay, so let's have people guess. What song title, all right, verbatim, entered into Midjourney as a prompt, produced this AI image? Which is quite lovely. And Purple Rain, Karen, congratulations. You got it right away. Excellent. All right. And how about this one? What song title, verbatim, prompted this AI image? Stairway to Heaven.
Oh.
Very good. These quotes were not written by us. They were written by AI. All the people that you see are from this person does not exist. Okay, and our little comments are the hair. So someone noticed that the haircut in the back of this person particularly is a little uneven, perhaps, right, Kim? So
yeah, well, when you generate images like faces, and sometimes these can be helpful for copy and stuff like that, anonymous people. But do be mindful of some things happening sometimes, like the hair.
Yeah, like your ears might melt. You might miss a lens, right? It's a good one for if you have a lens to donate, if we're looking for a lens donation thing. And here are a bunch of different image generation tools if you want to try it. And by the way, there's a whole industry propping up around what is referred to most commonly as prompt engineering. which it may seem like it's a relatively simple thing to ask these AI tools to give you what you want. It actually turns out to be the most important thing about engaging with these tools is knowing how to prompt them. And so in that spirit, I will drop out of this and we will go to, let's try Bing just for fun. Okay, so here's Bing's chat. And I've got a prompt all queued up here. So I'm going to, pardon?
Can you go full screen or no?
Yeah, I absolutely can. Is that better?
Yeah.
You can zoom it up more. There we go. Is that good?
Mm-hmm.
All right,
Perfect.
so I'm going to drop my prompt down the bottom. So this is very short. Okay, you can have extremely long prompts, by the way. I'm going to say, I want you to act as a highly personable technology professional who specializes in working with nonprofit organizations. Okay, this is referred to when you're doing prompts as setting the state. Okay, so you're telling the chatbot, this is kind of who I want you to be for this interaction. The other parts of setting the state are giving it information that is background. And you don't have to do that all in one prompt. You can give it, you can say, I'm going to give you a bunch of background, then enter in all the background data as different prompts. We're not going to do all that today because it gets kind of complicated. And then provide an instruction at the end of all of that. Okay, we're just doing a very, very simple example here. So I'm saying my first request is I need help developing and implementing a cybersecurity, a strategy for leveraging ChatGPT and other AI tools to improve our organization's effectiveness and efficiency. And it says, hello, I'm Bing, highly personable technology professional who specializes in working with nonprofits. That is quite a coincidence, all right? And off we go. So this is literally how fast it is. So when you talk about content generation, right? If I want to write a blog post on that sort of thing, I've got some of that beginning right now. I can, it actually, Bing does something that ChatGPT doesn't, which it suggests sort of next things that I could do. All right. And one thing to notice is that these tools all work differently. So if I come out of Bing and we decide we're going to do this with ChatGPT, okay, let's go over here. And we'll do this with ChatGPT and we'll see, get a kind of different one. All right, so we'll get a different output. And this is actually quite a bit more robust than what we got out of Bing, okay, which is not unusual. Sometimes, it's better to work with Bing, sometimes better to work with ChatGPT, but it's good to experiment with different tools and, different platforms and different prompts. It is very much you need to kind of experiment and kind of find out what works and what doesn't. All right.
I do want to add. I'm going to add like two things here.
Please, yeah.
And that is, if you Bing, there's a waiting list for it. So if you don't already have it, you can sign up. You have to do it through the Edge browser and through the Microsoft tools. But the thing I found the most different from my own working with these tools is that Bing will give you lots of references, right? So you can see like where the information's coming from. ChatGPT doesn't give you references, but I found it's more, as Josh said, robust and creative. It's more like a creative writing thing. And I think of Bing as more, give me facts, right? That said, on all of these things, always read them before you send out something that AI has produced, because sometimes AI is also wrong. So,
oh yeah, Kim, I've got a great example of that here. Everybody keep dropping in your responses. Yeah, I just did something here. I can pull this up hopefully quickly. Let me pull it up on the other screen because I don't know what my Google Drive is going to show. Hang on. I literally just was doing this as an experiment. So there it is. Okay. So here we go. So I asked ChatGPT to act as an open source intelligence analyst. So that is gathering information about a potential target in regard to like a cybersecurity thing or something like that. And so I was experimenting. I said, let's see what it finds on me if I ask it to do sort of some open source intelligence gathering on Joshua. Okay, and this was ChatGPT, I believe, and kind of pretty good. This is accurate up to here. Okay. Then all of a sudden I become an author of books that I did not write. and I actually haven't heard of, but I'm very glad to know that apparently I'm an author now. That's not true. I mean, I'm active on LinkedIn. I don't even know if I have a Twitter account. And I don't believe I received the 2017 Antenny Award for Lifetime Achievement enough of it, although I'm very honored to have gotten this award and the 2018 Nonprofit. So Kim, did you know I had all these awards and written all these books?
I did not, and I've known you for so long.
It's amazing, right? So if I didn't know Joshua Peskay, I might take this information and start looking for these books only to discover that they don't exist. So yeah, so be careful out there, kids, I think is the main lesson here. All right, so let's get back into our Menti. All right, so we've got a couple marketing managers, marketing courts. We do have some marketing folks here, some consultants. All right, and Kim, I think we're going to let you jump in from here.
Yeah, so AI and marketing tools. So all right, so Josh was just talking about this. It's not send it all to the machine, right? Clearly, or else wow, the screen's doing something weird. Anyway, it's not.
Yeah, the advancing slides in Google is being very strange at the moment. I'm not sure what that's about, so it's going to jump forward and back. Kim, I'll do my best to stay on. Right, just tell me if I need to go forward or back for the slide.
Okay. All right, so so this is very much human plus AI. We're not just turning the AI loose, nor though are you having to kind of do all this work yourself, right? So this is the type of decision making. It's a partnership. Think of it as an assistant. Okay, with all the writing stuff, but also the things I'm just about to show you. So let's look at the human beings and AI. Okay, so what AI can help give us more tools and can synthesize data at a faster rate than generally most human beings, at least for more than I can do, right? So it can help us make sense of larger quantities of data more easily, right? So it gives us like another lens through which to look at our data. So if you could move on. All right, so I'm going to talk about, so looking at some of the tools that are available now, like, so with AI's ability to plow through a lot of data quickly, what are some of the tools that you can use as marketers, as people in nonprofits, right? Well, I'm going to touch on a few areas. One of them, and I have to say, it's just full disclosure, as Josh was saying, we gave a presentation on AI not so long ago, and I had to completely change this for a few reasons, right? ChatGPT, and you'll see more coming up. But for example, GPT also allows you to interact with Google Sheets and Excel in ways to clean up data and also to get formulas. You know, I need to split this first and last name. So you can ask ChatGPT, how do I write this formula? Then you can throw it into an Excel sheet. So there's a way, again, it's a partner with you. ChatGPT also has some very interesting ways that it can clean data and reformat it. You give it some good examples, like you prompt it with, this is what a phone number should look like. And then we have 10,000 phone numbers that are all over the place, and it can, in a matter of seconds, put those all in the right format. So they're great. So these are really the do-it-yourself tools that are available today and really for nothing. There are also paid services, and we're going to be seeing increasing numbers of these paid services for data cleaning, data accuracy, postal codes, mailings, all that kinds of, and the prices are going to change. I did see that this is very much in flux right now. So I think a good tool is Melissa is one that's out there. We're going to be seeing numerous others of these tools like in weeks ahead.
Yeah. And I was mucking around with ChatGPT and Google Sheets over the weekend, as Kim, you know, and think of it, I mean, the possibilities are endless, but the one thing I'll say is mail merge on extra super duty steroids. It's like a nuclear mail merge. So imagine that not only can I, plug into a letter. So, think of a mail merge as I have a letter that's written, and I'm going to plug in dear whoever, Kim, right? Thank you so much for the plug in the gift she gave me. I'd love to, right? But it's the same letter going to everybody, and I'm just filling in. But imagine everybody gets their own dynamically written letter based on all the information that I have about them. And that is the mail merge capability that I now have, right? And it could literally be 1,000 different dynamically written individual letters based on criteria that I know about that person.
Yeah.
Which is like
dear
shocking.
Josh, yeah, dear Josh, thank you for those shoes you gave me. They're really great, and I think I can wear them, to the next formal occasion.
Yeah.
Dear Kim, thank you for the kitten that you gave me. It is really cute and cuddly. Okay, so it can expand.
Yep. Yeah. And even more, like it can even pull background information from you and be like, knowing how busy you must be as, a VP of data strategy at RoundTable, Kim, I really appreciate that you took the time, to come to this event and give me this thoughtful gift, right? It's really nuts what you can do.
All right, so moving on to so other tools, and a lot of us know about this. Now there are you're going to be seeing a couple of animations come up in some of these slides. I want to just make sure of the right the next one coming up. But there's tools that do a lot of analysis on campaigns, so you can do your return on investment on campaigns. They produce nice reports, right? They become more, as ChatGPT allows you to interact in plain English. Okay, so do these other tools. This is Keela, is one of the early nonprofit donation management systems, so fundraising management platforms that was really driven by AI. So they're infusing that right now with ChatGPT. So this is another realm of things that AI can perform. Okay, so a lot of us are familiar with Salesforce, and for quite a while, for a number of years, Salesforce has had predictive metrics and fundraising. You can add a widget and it can tell you if someone's likely to be a first-time donor, recurring, they're likely to be a top donor, et cetera. So that was like wow factor for quite a while, right? So I think if you animate.
Oh, okay. Let's see if that'll work.
See if that works. So that's been around for a while.
Oh, okay. Good.
And then what came was Salesforce then acquired Tableau, all right? And what Tableau started allowing, this is for fundraising, could also be used for marketing, right? What Tableau allows for is plain English queries on your data, and it can then produce them beautifully. Okay, so Salesforce acquired Tableau, so all of a sudden those features are in there. Now, I'm not sure how many people who are here are, your organizations use Salesforce, but I know it's used by many. And so they are making these tools more accessible. And I think if you click one more time, so this is a huge advance in the last couple of years. But this Tuesday, Mark Benioff, the CEO of Salesforce, okay.
Remember, lily pads, this is all happening really fast, everybody.
Yes, Einstein GPT, here it comes. I was like, oh my God. So it's the sky's the limit in terms of what you can ask your data, what your data can help it do for you, what the communications it can help you with. And I think I have like a slide with an example of these in the next. Yeah, so you can ask Einstein things, who are the top contacts, bing, it gives them back to you. You can say, all right, let me write an email to one of them. Okay, well, make that email a little less formal. Okay, bang. Okay. So this just came out on Tuesday, right? So these tools are going to both be exponentially more powerful, but also more accessible, more affordable. So I thought this was pretty huge news, and also another reason to change this whole slide deck at the last minute. But anyway, so content personalization. So we've seen this, and this is.
Yeah, can I pause you for a second, Kim?
Yes.
Like we have so Kim and I did a course together in September, October on AI, and it was 6 weeks talking about different AI things. We had to basically start from scratch, except for the lily pad video for the presentation today. This is all entirely new content. We're doing a course for TechSoup starting next month. That will all have to also be entirely new. It's just changing too fast. And so we can't like our project management course, which basically hasn't changed in 3 years, like our AI course can't even make it 3 months. That's the pace
a
of
month.
change.
No, I mean, they announced this Tuesday, and we're giving this talk today is Thursday. Okay, so content personalization, I can't recall actually, if this is actually from Salesforce, I don't think so, but these kinds of things are just going to become more robust, more personalized, and generate faster and be more dynamic, right? So when someone's sitting on your website, it can change based on who they are and what the data, what their relationship with you is, right? A donor visits your website and wants to see some success.
If any of your New York Times readers, you've observed this happening, whether you realize it or not. I don't know if anyone's a Times reader and you visit the New York Times more than a couple times a day to check articles, you will notice that the titles of articles change, but they're the same article that was there in the morning, but they're A/B testing titles for articles constantly against different demographic groups. So if you didn't click on it the first time you saw the title, the next time you come back, it'll be a different title, because they're seeing if you'll click on it by a different title of the article. So dynamically happening everywhere. All right, so we're going to play a little short video here. Planned Parenthood's Rue.
Hey guys, I'm going to talk about this new bot. It's called Ask Rue. It's super awesome. Check this out. How do I tell someone that I like him? Boom. See, look, it has an answer to that. Okay, next question. What is an STD?
Oh, that is great.
Oh my gosh. See, look, this knows everything. Okay, I got a good one. Is the sale at the mall still on? Okay, so maybe it doesn't know everything.
We went from liking someone to getting an STD really fast there. I haven't noticed that before, but it is Planned Parenthood, I guess. Coming down here. So we'll come back to chatbots a little bit, but first, I think what we want to do, because we only have a few minutes left, is we'd love to hear from the folks in the audience what you would plan to do with the information that we shared with you today. And while we're hearing from folks, and by the way, you can also let us know in the chat. You can also raise your hand, and I don't know if we can unmute or not, Christina. But I'd certainly welcome if anyone wants to ask a question or give an example of ways they've been using AI that have been innovative in ways that we haven't shown yet today. But a couple things that we've been building some different chatbots. There are an almost infinite number of ways that you can leverage chatbots. I'll tell you a couple that we've used. So one of the ones that I like a lot is that we have a lot of projects that we work on where we collect a lot of what's referred to as qualitative data. So quantitative data means numbers, meaning, this many people got this one right, this many people got that one wrong, this many people said that they, rated this thing 4 out of 5 stars, that's all quantitative data. Qualitative data is you ask for comments and people write stuff in. So then you have lots and lots of words. So we do surveys with our assessment projects. And for some of them, we get, literally hundreds of people giving us thousands and thousands of words of qualitative data. So we would then read through all that and sort of summarize it for the client and try to extract, useful information. Now what we can do is feed all that data properly anonymized into a chatbot and then interact with the chatbot and basically just ask it plain language questions about all of that qualitative data. Like, what is the overall sentiment of the staff at this organization in regard to their technology? And maybe even say, give it to me in 15 bullet points, so I can just see what the top 15 sort of sentiments are from the staff. And it will answer me that just the way you're seeing chat. So that's one way we've done it. Kim, do you have another one?
Well, one of the things, one of the things it can do that's interesting because it's, it does language processing, right? So, while it's not human, and some of you may have seen that New York Times article, and God knows how many times the title of that one changed, but the one way to think about it is like it can do things like sentiment analysis, like Josh was just saying. It can analyze a bunch of results, but it can also do, like, if in marketing you're collecting like comments or feedback or something like that, it can also be prompted to do general sentiment analysis of like people's responses, positive, neutral, negative, etc. And again, you give it examples of this is negative, this is positive, you know, this is something neutral. And then it can process other responses in a similar way. I saw a great demo in Google Sheets using that. I was kind of amazed by what I saw you could do in terms of Google Sheets and giving it a model of something that you wanted, and then a couple of examples, and then having it apply that model to multiple different variables.
All right. So I think we've got just a few minutes left. What I thought we could do with the time we have left is, if anyone, we do some more live, chat GPTing and Bing GPTing, Kim or Justin, unless you have anything else you want to do. But I thought we could, try to do some kind of cool stuff live. One thing that I want to just demonstrate.
Grant applications, someone's asking about.
Grant applications? Do you have a specific grant application that you would like written? Okay, so I will say I would like you to act as a highly effective grant writer.
Right, grant writer.
Who specializes in working with nonprofit organizations. Do we know what the grant request is?
Cybersecurity projects.
Yeah.
Okay.
And how I might handle this, need though, for a grant application, is I would feed it up front kind of a synopsis of what I was, applying for, and any parameters of the grant that I thought it should know, right? And then I would feed it sections of it. Okay, so you can write, and you can have it create an outline for you and then elaborate on each of the points of its outline. A quasi pro tip that I've gotten, or I've taught myself in the last couple months or so, is that you have to keep giving it instructions again, because it doesn't remember the whole thing. It is retaining a conversation, but it never hurts to give it, to be redundant in giving it instructions. If you're doing a multi-part question, like a grant application where you have multiple sections. So what are you asking for, Josh?
I said, can you read the prompt at the top? Sorry, I'll have to scroll back up to it. All right, so I wrote, I want you to act as a highly effective grant writer who specializes in working with nonprofit organizations. You'll be an expert at writing compelling grant applications that appeal to funders of all types. Please write a complete grant application for a 50-person human services nonprofit organization who is applying for funding for a cybersecurity program to reduce their cyber risks. Please include specific benefits that will be realized through the grant, and the grant request should be for a minimum of $100,000. So keep in mind, we're doing this live, so we'd iterate this a lot. And I don't know, how can you read that reasonably well on my screen, Kim? So
sort of.
I can read it out loud. So, dear grant funder, we are writing to apply for a grant in the amount of $100,000 to support our human services nonprofit organization cybersecurity program. Our organization serves a diverse population of 50 individuals. Oops. And we are committed to providing high quality services to our community while maintaining the privacy and security of our clients' information. As the digital landscape continues to evolve, cybersecurity threats are becoming more prevalent and sophisticated. Our organization recognizes the importance of taking proactive measures to mitigate these risks, which is why we are seeking funding for our cybersecurity program. I won't continue reading all of it, but
Josh, what if you then asked it? Yes, and see it boo-booed, so that's why you always read these. What if you then asked it, can you give me examples of cybersecurity projects? Provide examples for 5 cybersecurity projects. It likes specifics.
not bad.
Not bad. You could have asked for 10. I mean.
Yeah. I mean, that's easy enough, right? This is how easy all this is. And what I would say, the number one thing that you can that everybody here can start doing today, these are free tools, okay, is I refer to these tools as being the superpower of killing the blank page. So
Yes.
Kim or I, when we have to write something, okay, just that blank page is so scary and intimidating. And what ChatGPT or Bing or these other tools, Jasper, allow you to do is very, very quickly get 50, 60% of the way done with what it is you want written. And then you still have a lot of work to do to go fix all the factual errors it makes, sometimes, and fill out the places that it didn't get right for you. But it's so much easier because you've started. You've got a nice first draft. So I think with that, we're probably at time, right?
Yeah. Well, you can even, here's another thing I use it for a lot. So sometimes I'll get really verbose with a paragraph and I want to cut it down. So I'll throw my verbose language into ChatGPT and say, write this clearly in 3 sentences.
Yep.
That's pretty well.
And we've got people in the chat saying they just had, got themselves a LinkedIn bio just now. So great,
but we've got curiosity about what was typed in. Are we allowed
so Jessica, everybody wants to know your LinkedIn bio prompt. What was the prompt you used to get your LinkedIn bio? So I'll give you a hint. You could try doing the OSINT prompt on yourself, because then it just feeds you back. My bio is so much better. I mean, the new bio I have, I've now written a couple of books. I've won some technology awards.
And Penny Award.
Yeah, my bio got so much better with all the made up stuff. So any other questions that folks have? I see we've got one thing in the Q&A. Okay, a lot of grants written that way.
There's Jessica, just gave her
yeah. Oh, that's a great prompt. See, Jessica,
you're natural.
Yeah, that's an excellent prompt because you did really specifics and all that kind of stuff. That is great. Thank you, Jessica, for sharing that with us. And we hope everybody has fun out there, but again, be responsible. These hopefully we made it clear. These things spew nonsense. So
as well as yeah.
So if you ask it, please write me a blog post on how quantum computing will impact synchronous and asynchronous cryptography for security professionals, and then it spits out an answer. If you are not an expert in that field, you have no idea whether what it just told you is complete nonsense or accurate. It'll sound great. It'll be just as confident when it is completely factually wrong or just making it up. They fixed some of it, but you used to be able to go in. I don't know if I can still do it. Let's see if it still does it. Tell me all about the 17th century poet and artist Kim Snyder.
Oh dear.
They fixed it. So it used to be right that you would give this prompt and it would just make up all the accomplishments and biography of the 17th century poet Kim Snyder from that period, but they have fixed it. But so that's better now anyway. Good for them, but you can still get it to all kinds of wacky stuff. All right. Thank you so much.
Thank you, everyone.
Good luck, everybody.